Hey Todd, how you doing? Ken, what's going on? Welcome in, guys. Just finishing off a bowl that we did last night on the live. Tim, how's it going? Ray, welcome in. So I'm just knocking my tenon off here. And oh, where'd he go? Here we're just using the parting tool. I got a little bit of a burr from the recent sharpening. Kind of like a negative rake scraper. Then we'll just kind of clean that base up with the skew. It's just like that. Welcome in. Of course, being in the cold jaws, I am limited to about 600 RPM, so. Go ahead and knock that off there. Gives us just a little bit, so it sits on those outside edge. We'll clean that up. As you can see from last night, we got away with it. Big crack through there. There was another crack I sealed up with some CA glue. Johnny, what's going on? Welcome in. We'll get this guy out of here, and I'll show you what he looks like. So I went ahead and sanded him up. 400 grit. There we go. That's what the outside ended up looking like. That was a carpenter bee hole right there. All in all, not too bad for found on ground wood, good old fogwood. Put that here, get the cold jaw knocked off. Get our regular chuck on. And put this one off to the side. If you guys caught the live before that one, we made that bowl. This is out of a piece of honey locust. Again, came off the base. Found on ground. Same with that one. I figure we'll be turning this one tonight. Is that Lobo? Welcome in. Grab our wormwood screw. Get this guy mounted up. I've already pre-drilled. Again, if you are not comfortable doing something like this, then don't. other ways to put that on that wormwood screw. All right. Get you guys lined up here. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing? Getting all ready to do your carving with Amy Jo? Dry, welcome in. Pine and Oak, how's it going? Okay, we got some bark on this. That may fly off. That actually is going to fly off. So before that hits me right in the face, go ahead and knock away some of that loose stuff. There we go. All right, we'll try to stay out the firing line. Get you guys in a decent spot here. All right. All right, we'll be cutting a lot of air here at first. Basically what that means when I say I'm going to be cutting a lot of air, you see I'm going to be cutting wood and then big air gap before it hits the wood again. That's why it's making that thump, thump, thump kind of noise. Pedro, welcome in. Hey, Bill. Wow, I got to get caught up here. Shoops. Standard moderator. Pine. And standard moderator. There you guys go. Getting pretty close to 1,000 RPM. Guess what's a funeral home? That's not good. I'll get you guys in a little better position. getting into this gappy area. That's why it's making that noise again. We got a little, still got a ways to go to get through that. Hey Dan, how's it going? Welcome in. See if we got it brown. Not quite yet. And we still haven't gotten through that barky area. A little more work to do. Something just flew off and bounced right off my glasses. I don't know what. Alexander, welcome in. Did everybody have a good Sunday? All right, we are round. Let's see about getting a tenon on it. All right, use our pencil here, draw us a quick little bullseye. Oh, me and this Amazon fold holder. Still not getting along. All right, just inside. No, you're not going to have to take off much there. Like I said, I got the dovetail jaws, so I got to put a dovetail on the tenon. Might need a little bit bigger than that. There we go. we go. Try to get you guys the best view I can. Me and this phone holder are not going to get along at all. Cool. Now, we'll drop the tool rest back down, put us on that angle so we can do a final push cut around, and we can switch it around and do the inside. Get back up around 1,000 RPM. Zoom out just a touch. There, now you guys can see what's going on. Give a little bounce. Bring it up a little higher. Mike Wilson, what's going on, sir? Welcome in. There we go. Sure am glad everyone and read my typos. Okay. All right. That feels pretty good. A little bit of a bump right there. We're gonna take that out real quick. That feels better. And go ahead and get this guy reversed around. If we can. He is on there pretty darn good. We will break out the channel locks to get him loose. Well, that wasn't letting go at all. Yeah. Good old channel locks. All right, we're gonna swing you guys around, try to get you the best view we can. There's that. Little flashlight. Come down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Yeah, definitely. If you guys are enjoying this, hit the like button. We're going to be doing a lot more live, so consider subscribing. Maybe we'll see you again. Some nice shavings off that. I only saw that his channel got deleted. Whose channel got deleted? Sunny Day, welcome in. How would you duplicate legs or spindles to be exactly the same profile? I would draw it out on cardboard and position it behind the lathe. So if I was trying to make an exact duplicate of that bowl, I would have a piece of cardboard behind it in the shape I needed. That way you can easily match it. Same thing if you're doing spindles. Often see them referred to as a storyboard. How they do it to get the exact replicas. Ryan's channel got deleted? Holy cow. What happened? You got hacked? Oh, geez. That's what happened to Big Mex too. He got hacked. I'm surprised they deleted his channel though. He was a big channel. That's crazy. Yeah, not great. Some scumbag hacker threw a live on his channel and oh Jesus. That's messed up. just cleaning off the face right there. So one thing is, you see, once I got the bevel support, I can take my other hand away. Really, the only point of this hand is just putting that downward pressure on the tool. How do you find the center balance before you... I missed that one. That went by too fast. How do you find the center balance before you spin a chunk of wood like that? I kind of guess. I try to get close. I'll use dividers to try to figure it out to be somewhat close, and then I just kind of start spinning and turning. But this is the Laguna 1216, so I can only handle 12-inch diameter chunk of wood. So even if I'm unbalanced, it's not too dangerous. I need to take a quick measurement here to see how close we are. Because we don't want to join the funnel club tonight. Alright, we can go down 1 3/8 inches. Right now we're right about 1 inch. So I'm going to get the rest of the bowl taken care of, and then we'll work on our depth. Bearded Viking just spoke to him on his live. He reckons he'll be okay. Just may take a while. You can get okay like getting his channel back, or they're not making him start over again, are they? Jaw, welcome in. Was that 5+? Welcome in. Raja, how you doing, sir? All right. I was too busy. I was trying to read chat and not paying attention to what I was doing. Watching from Ireland. Nice. Welcome in, John. See how we're doing here. Thickening out right there. That feels good. Nice bit of shavings. All right, so we gotta come. Always slow down as you go through the center. We'll take another measurement. Like I said, I'm not trying to renew my membership to the Funnel Club. We are about 1 1/4 inches. Yeah, we can go down to about 1 3/8. We should be able to go a little bit thinner. That's feeling pretty darn good. Probably gonna switch out to our smaller bowl gouge. He'll be able to make that turn a little better. Little 3/8. In case you guys want to see the size difference from the one I was using, that's the 5/8. That's a little 3/8. Whoop, fits inside. Massive size difference. Of course, the bigger the gouge, the more material you can remove at a time. So a little one like this 3/8 is never going to be able to hog out that much material the way that big 5/8 was. All right, let's see. I got to move my light. Whoa, okay. Nice and slow through the center. That feels pretty darn good. Put this side. Look at that. Another Todd in. Welcome in. Delanne, what's going on? Runic, how you guys doing? All right. That feels pretty good. Get the scraper going, smooth everything out. There we go. So everybody, nope, definitely want the light. Everybody can get a look at it. So it turned out all right. Let's see here. I do have another piece kind of ready to go, which would be that one. Get the light out the way. So I generally don't sand on my lives because I generally think sanding's boring. So I will often finish these pieces off afterwards and then show them on the next live. Well, we do have this piece. This, I believe, is a chunk of elm. think we'll go ahead and get that mounted up and get going on it. What was that? Dejan, welcome in. Bailey, how you doing, sir? Michelle, welcome in. All right, let's get this one out of here. Kind of see it in the hand. That's how big it is. Move him out of the way. Grab our wormwood screw again. Go ahead and get this mounted up. Oh, hopefully he's going to fit. Yeah, he should. All right, here we go. Again, if you're not comfortable with that, don't do that. Now, this one could actually start shaking us around pretty good. Oh. There we go. Let's see how bad this is going to be. Try to get a little more. Start to shake a little too much. Well, it's just going to shake a little bit till we get it rounder. Hopefully it doesn't fly off of there, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, that's got some mass to it. Yeah, we've only hit this edge and that edge, nothing over there. It's going to be a little bit. All right. There are chunks flying everywhere. Forgot what this is called, but I made a pen with one of those. It's a lathe. All right, move in a little closer. It's making all that noise because for half of this we're cutting air. Again, cutting air means, as you can see, I'm cutting right there. Wow, yeah, cutting right there, and then cutting nothing until it hits the wood again. That's why it's making that thump, thump, thump kind of noise. That'll calm down once we get it round. But that may be a little bit. Now that's cutting the wrong way again, but just kind of quickly knocking that edge down. Have I ever had a chisel catch at this step and go flying? Nope, never had a chisel catch. I've had catches, but I don't think quite the way you mean. I've had the timber that I've had on the lathe snap in half and go flying. Especially doing stuff like that, cutting the wrong way into the wood. But sometimes you gotta do it. We're getting closer to round. It sounds worse than it is right now. Like I said, this is just as we're getting closer and closer to round. I could have made this easier on myself if I'd taken it over to the bandsaw and cut it round. One way to not get quite so beat up doing this. This is also dulling my tool out quite a bit. And I can show you that because this one should still be pretty sharp. So that was my 5/8. We'll come over to the 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch obviously can't take as much material away, being a smaller gouge, but he is sharper. Big chunk just went flying over that way. There we go. And with that, I should be able to start increasing the speed. Yep, now we're over 1,000 RPM, but it's fun to watch. The bandsaw will be okay to see. There's definitely suspense the way it keeps people watching. Cool. Glad you're enjoying it. Now we're up over 1,000 RPM, so it should smooth out a good bit. Let's see how close we are to being round. getting there. Still got some bark there. Oh yeah, people come and people go. Some people like watching this, some people don't. It's all good. Hopefully they'll go find something they want to watch. Just about there. That edge is pretty much gone. Pretty sure he's making a bowl. Yep, that is the plan for this. This is going to become a bowl. I'm going to resharpen here real quick. Famous last words. So give me about 20 seconds or so. Well, I'm messing up. Slipping, dropping things. So I use a jig to sharpen my my tool. The Wolverine system goes through, gets locked in. Then over here at the CBM wheel, just need to set my depth. Turn it on. Then it quickly goes left and right. And that's all it takes. Back to sharp. That's too fast. We'll see how a sharp chisel's gonna do. Hey Heidi, how you doing? I got sawdust all over my phone here, hard to read. Is that Sarah? Welcome in. Try a sandpaper pad while it's spinning. Various grits. I don't think we're ready for that point yet. Difference a little sharpening does, huh? Let's see if we're through that bottom bark or not. Nope, we got a ways to go before we'll be able to get through that. Have you ever used a blowtorch? I have. Rest is a touch too high. All right, see if we're through that yet. Almost. A little bit more, we'll be able to put a tenon on it. That should be good enough for that. Again, we use a pencil trick, draw us a little bullseye. Okay, looks like we'll be right about there. You know what, I'm going to leave this bottom quite a bit thicker. A little more speed out of that. Whoa. Oh. And that's not going to work. There's that for a tenon, and I got this tool right here for putting a dovetail on the mortise. There, now we can go either direction. All right. We're going to get this guy cleaned up here. Mike, what's going on, man? Welcome in. A little more speed than that. Let's see what sort of finish we were getting there. Piths in it. Still got this bark to try to get through. Wow. I think I'm going to have to leave some of that. Or I'll get all the way down. Won't be able to put that, use that mortise at all. And we're exposing cracks coming out of what was most likely a branch right there. Huh. Grumpy, what's going on, man? How you doing, sir? Getting some bounce. Some nice stringy cuts there. Looks pretty nice. Something, oh, probably that pith was what threw me off right there. That's all right. We can probably cheat and just use the scraper to bring us nice and smooth. Okay. Still, something's going on right there. He did not like that scraper. Yeah, that spot right there does not like the scraper. Over 600 people watching. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying this, consider hitting the like button. We're going to be doing more lives coming up, so consider subscribing. Maybe we'll see you again. There's a soft spot right in there. Yeah. That's why that's not working. We're catching a soft spot. So we're going to go back, get our speed back up, just over 1,000 RPM. like that either. All right. See if we can get us one continuous. There we go. And we still got the cracks coming out the pith. I don't know if you guys can see those. There's one right here, one right there. And that's just going to happen. Whenever you got a pith in your wood, it's going to crack. But all in all, I'd say the outside's looking pretty good. Let's get this guy flipped around and see if we can't get the inside taken care of. Not going to go too thin with those cracks. So I'm probably going to have to fill those with either epoxy or CA. Alright, again, there's a wormwood screw. That's my preferred method of holding a piece of wood on. Lots of different ways to do it. Face plates, mount it between centers. Got a lot of options. Uh-oh. I may have botched my measurement. I did. Well, that sucks. All right. Well, he's about to become smaller. I wonder how I botched that. I grabbed the wrong dividers? I must have. All right, well, that sucks. So we are going to we'll go right there. That'll be enough. Go ahead and put our dovetail back in. There we go. Hopefully we didn't botch it twice. That would be a little embarrassing. I got so much sawdust on my phone I can't see nothing. Josh, what's what I know, right? Well, you missed it. I was showing off the one hand turning earlier. Maybe it. All right, fine. All right, there we go. I had you guys at the wrong angle for watching that. I threw it on the ground. Just getting the worm screw out. He was a little stuck. All right, since we're moving on to the bottom, I'm going to swing you guys over this way. Try to get you zoomed in so you can see good. Flashlight. There we go. And we can probably use our big 5/8 again just to get everything going. There we go. Bring it up to speed. Do you know how much? I do not know much about wood turning, but enjoy watching you work. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in, Marvin. Just taking a quick break and giving you... Been trying to get dark, get away from the world lately. Yeah. I was talking to Max. He said you were still dealing with people coming on your land, hunting your... basically trespassing on your hunting property. Josh, just for you. Yeah, I just thought of this. We may have some new turners in here. So if you are new, my recommendation would be Easy Wood tools or some sort of carbide. Kind of just show you how these work. Since it's a carbide disc, just line it up. You want to be parallel with center. I'm a little low. Just like that. Works just like that. Yep, Josh, I was thinking of you when I grabbed the carbide. Yeah, we're fighting with crooked DA, DNR. Yeah. Does that vibrate your hands a lot? Alright, I got too much dust on my phone again. Does that vibrate your hands a lot and hurt a bit? Not at all. Not at all. Put my glasses back on. So that's how your carbides work. You just keep it parallel. parallel to the floor and move it back and forth. You got multiple different tips. This is the number one hollower. You've got roughers. I'll give you a size comparison here on the two carbides. Or excuse me, this is the full-size finisher. That is a mid-size rougher. Square tip versus round tip. And then they also have the various diamond points for getting in, making lines, making coves, making beads, doing all sorts of fun stuff. Great way to learn or to get into turning. But as far as speed goes, you're not going to be able to beat the traditional tools. That's good. Wood items are beautiful. They sure are, Marvin. Should have brought some of my segmented turnings out here. That's kind of my normal thing. If I do it a long format YouTube video, it's going to be a segmented turning. That's hogging off a whole bunch. Speaking of which, I do want to check those cracks because I do not want this blowing up on me. And I'm not going to be going much. Oh, I just opened up another one there. I'm not going to be going much further than this tonight, so we're going to get down, make it round. And like I said, I will probably either fill it with epoxy or CA. Let that dry up in there real good, and then finish this off either on another live or offline. Yeah, okay, there's the back side of that. And almost have the back side of that. So we'll go a little further. Oops. There we go. hitting the bottom of my lathe. There we go. You always slow down as you come through the center. See what all I missed. BK, what's going on? That Big Mex, what's going on, man? How you doing? Making some shavings? Like I said, I got some cracks showing up in this one that got me a little concerned. So that's about as far as I'm gonna go. I started to expose the back side here so I can get CA or epoxy through that one, and that one, and then get it from this side as well. So yeah, I think that's where we're gonna stop this tonight, because I don't want a bowl to explode on me. So give you guys a, we definitely made some shavings. Turn my light off. That's just to help you guys see. That's a pretty good pile. I'll snoop around, try to come up with an idea. My husband's cousin is the sheriff. Oh, seeing if you could help Josh out with his trespasser issue. But we got plenty more things to turn. So like I said, if you guys enjoyed this, I got more stuff there, more over there, and an entire pile of stuff over there. So we got plenty to play with. Somehow I managed to get shavings all the way into that guy. There's the one from last night that we finished up tonight. Still got to finish sealing the bottom, but that one, and this was from the live a couple nights ago. That's that honey locust. Still real punky on the bottom, but we got it finished off. Not the prettiest piece of honey locust, but we got it taken care of. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, consider subscribing. We're going to be doing more of this type of stuff. And if you want to, hit that thumb button. Give us a like. And with that, I'm going to close this out. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.